Good morning and welcome to Judaism Today. In life, we always have a tug of war. There's always somewhat of a tension between being part of a group and being an individual. When we feel like we're part of the collective and we're going along with what other people are doing, there's strength in numbers, we're part of a community, versus our individual calling, our special and unique mission to God. And those two things are complementary, but they also sometimes are a tug of war. Sometimes we don't want to just go along with our own thing. Sometimes we with everyone else. Sometimes we just want to do our own thing. Sometimes we feel enlivened by those around us. Sometimes we're called to help others. And so we live our lives both as individuals and as part of a community. The Sfarim say something beautiful about this week's Parsha. The opening verse of Shlach says the following. Shlach lecha anashim. Moshe, God commands Moshe, send for yourself a group of people to scout out the land of Israel. And then in contrast, it says, ish echad lamateh avosav tishlachu kol nasi bahem. Send them as individuals. One man per the tribe. And then the Torah goes on to enumerate. And the Torah in this verse is almost highlighting this tug of war. It says, send a group and send individuals. It's a remarkable juxtaposition in the pasuk. Say the Sfarim. What Moshe was recognizing here is that he knew the mission of the Meraglim was fraught. He knew that it was not necessarily a great idea. And so he was reminding each and every one of those spies, I'm sending you as a group because there's power in numbers. When you're scouting, you want different perspectives. You want different views. You want a collective report. You want a committee report. The Jews would feel more confident if everyone would come back. And so it was really a group mission. It wasn't an individual mission. It was a group mission. The mission of the spies was a group mission. This group should go to Israel, report back. That will be accurate, that will have an encompassing viewpoint, that will be something which the Jewish people will respect. But at the same time, Moshe was cautioning them, don't lose yourselves in the group. If the group goes astray, if the group grows awry, if the group isn't executing its mission, don't be afraid to be the only man standing. Don't be afraid to be that individual. Don't be afraid to buck the trend and to stand up for what's right. And this is a critical lesson. Only Yehoshua and Kalev were able to do this. The only one that was truly able to do this were them. And more than that, we find that they needed special divine assistance to do this. Right? Joshua has the name Yud added, letter Yud added to his name because Yahoshiach me'atzos hameraglim, he needed God's assistance. Kalev goes to David at the cave of the patriarchs, according to the Medrash, for divine assistance to withstand the pressure. And so it's hard. It's a hard balance. When do we go along with the group, and when do we focus on our individual talents? And despite the fact that it's a tug of war, nonetheless, we ultimately recognize that the beauty of our Judaism, the beauty of our spiritual lives is ultimately only expressed in the synthesis and the synergistic relationship between our individuality and our uniqueness and our connection to the whole. And that is the beautiful idea. We have to be focused simultaneously on both. We have to be committed to a religious service that both expresses our individuality and we can stand up for the things we believe in, and at the same time helping Klal Yisrael, being part of the Klal, seeing ourselves as part of the Jewish people. And this is the incredible lesson that's hidden in this opening verse with the story of the spies. Have a great day. I hope you enjoyed that episode of Judaism Today. If you did, please make sure to follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, or check into our podcast wherever podcasts are listened to. And we look forward to hearing from you more.